How we doing today? Let's see here. Good morning, good morning. About ready to start my day. It's a blessing. A blessing to be awake, a blessing to get up, even a blessing to have the aches and pains that we have. Why? Because you're still alive. Still acknowledge that. You know, thank you, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Time to start the day. You guys don't know how it feels to be out here for 4 or 5 weeks, and you stuck in Georgia, but you ain't home. Oh boy, that's an experience in itself. But I just have to remember, don't get too excited. As soon as I get excited, something bad happens. Good morning, welcome in, welcome in. But hey, that's a blessing. Well, let's start off the morning with something funny. I was reminded of something. I was reminded of something. When I was on an overpass. No, not an overpass, but the off ramp. When you get off the highway and everything. And I remembered years ago. These companies got you thinking like you the big dog, like you know what you're doing, so you could train someone else. And I mean, literally, I literally had maybe a year on the road, and they had me training people. Um, One of the last people I trained, this country, this country dude, and he was pretty cool. He wasn't too off the beaten path. But I remember one day he's like, "Man, I gotta go to the bathroom. Man, I gotta go to the bathroom." I said, "Well, ain't no truck stops around, man. Man, I really gotta go to the bathroom." And at that time, I always had kept the uh rolls of paper towels, to wipe stuff down, stuff like that. And he's like, "Dude, pull off the off ramp." I'm like, "Well, okay." And this guy, he jumped out the truck, and he went towards the middle of the trailer. The truck's on the off ramp, and he bust a squat right there. People drive by looking at him, and I'm just cracking up. Now, this wasn't like a number one. This was a number two, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I said, you know what? I said, I said, I really, I really thought I seen it all. I was like, I really thought I seen it all. It's like, oh my goodness. But I mean, he didn't give a flip, and that's why I look like right now. I got to pull Old Faithful out of here. I got a portable toilet in my truck. I have it in a bin because it's always leaking. Like leaks sometimes. Like, oh God. And it's emptied out. I'm taking it home. We're gonna power wash it and let some bleach and stuff sit on the inside, and let it marinate while I'm on the cruise. I'm gonna leave it under the tree in the backyard and let it clean it out. But I thought I seen it all. All right. I got a good laugh on that one. Yes, stinky booties. But it's something I wanted to, talk about a little bit about. Um, I was talking to this dude yesterday, and shipping and receiving. I picked up this load, and we were just, gabbing about this and that. In other words, the load said I needed some load locks, load straps, or whatever, and I only had one. It said you need three. I'm like, oh crap. Well, let me do a rapport with this dude. Hopefully, he won't say nothing. It turns out he didn't. We talked about this, talked about that, and he had mentioned his son, where he briefly mentioned it, but I caught what he was saying. He said, "My son," because this guy was Caucasian, but he's a real nice dude. You could tell, straight country, but no nonsense. He was saying his son has a problem fitting in. He doesn't fit in with the white guys, the white folks or the black folks. So, you got to take the multiplication or just the addition and wonder, wait a minute, hold up. So his son's mixed. Um, and I mentioned, my son, he had a little bit of problems sometimes too. Um, because he likes rock and roll, but he don't just like any rock and roll. My son likes that, not even the heavy metal. There's something above that. It's called death metal. He loves that mess. And I used to get upset, a while back, and then it just dawned on me, hey man, you went to that when you was young. So you need to let that bull crap go. And then I started listening to it, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's music. It's music I would listen to, but my son enjoys it. I mean, he knows the names of these groups and the octaves and the whatever sound like chanting to me about, I don't know. And me and the guy was laughing, but I understood where he was coming from because I remember when I was a young teenager, I listened to whatever that caught my ear. Remember in them days, it was like the Police, Phil Collins, uh, in the 80s, Journey, and I want to know what love is. I've been a bleeding heart, for a long time. Or Queen, that's crazy. I love me some Queen. Didn't even realize the lead singer was gay as the day is born. I'm like, Mama. But you know how I was taunted and called everything in the book, from wannabe white and those kind of weird things. I didn't want to be white. I just want to be me. And it kind of hurt. And you know what I mean? It kind of hurt long. But this was a long time ago. But it stuck with me because I remember one year. I don't remember what year it was. We were sitting in the barber shop, and me being a light skinned brother, and the barber across me, no, he was another light skinned brother, but he is full of tattoos. And he brought it up. He says, "Why do all you N words always think that light skinned brothers think we better than y'all? Because like you got a lot of these women. I call them light skinned lovers. I know who they are, and I can spot them a mile away. And it just broke out. It broke out big time. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Why do y'all do that? And me and him was, boy, we were bouncing off each other. What? I said, y'all be swaying, and we think our stuff don't stink. and and it goes all the way. If you really look at it, it goes all the way back to slavery. Yeah, the house the house N words, and the it it's a, it's frustrating, guys. And it was, yeah, y'all think y'all stuff, man. I was like, man, please. And I said it in one live that I used to work on a company called Celadon, and and at that time I was as single could be, lonely, nothing, had nobody, no nothing, and I think I was. I don't know. I'm getting on. I don't remember. I was either. I think I was single. I don't know. It was a while back there, and I'm standing in line, and this dark skinned brother down, in the back, he like, hey, light skinned dude, hey man, I wish I was light skinned like you. My life would be so much better. And I looked at him, and it just came, and I said it live forever. I said, hey man, hey brother, I don't know what makes you think just because I'm light skinned that my life is perfect. I said, actually, my life sucks, and it probably sucks a whole lot more than yours. Be proud of who you are. And I say that right now, that black, white, or anybody. Be proud of who you are. And y'all don't realize a lot of us light skinned brothers, we want to be, we want to be darker. We want to be darker than this. I've always wanted to be chocolate. Y'all laugh, but I always wanted to be chocolate. And you know, I remember a father used to say that he had when in long time ago, he when in Jim Crow, when you couldn't go into certain white establishments. My brother had told me this. My oldest, one of the older brothers, Derek. He says you couldn't, you know, dad, daddy would go into the restaurant, get us food, bring it out to us so we all could eat. Because my father at that time was so light skinned, he passed as a white guy. That my father had naturally straight hair. It wasn't Jerry curl, perm, or all this other stuff that folks had. And my mother's light skinned, so I got the double shot. You know what I'm saying? I got the double shot. And I'm not. I was just reminded of that when I talked to that guy yesterday. I said, what? Yeah, we go through this, and then just because I listen to rap, I listen to all the rhythm and blues, but there's other stuff that I like. Like right now, I listen to two cellos. These guys, they're classically trained, but they do like music, up to date music on a cello. I mean, I'm all over the spectrum. I like all kind of mess, but I don't. Like, just because just because I do that doesn't mean that I'm not black enough. That I don't. I'm not going through the same pain as anyone else that's African American, and I feel sorry for guys that I you know that can't figure out the identity. They don't want to single out one, whatever. I'm white, I'm this, I'm mixed, my mother's white, but hey, I'm proud to be African American. I like who I am, but I like I like what I like. You know what I mean? I'm a geek. I listen. I do anime. I'm old school anime. I remember, everybody talking about anime nowadays. I'm old school anime. When you had to go to the comic book shop and you got a bootleg VCR tape that was dubbed from a laser disc in Japanese, and you had to figure out what the heck was going on because it wasn't subbed. That's how far back I went. And I remember I would play these videos over and over and rewind them over and over. And and when it finally came out, it was like, wow, they really did say that. When they finally came out. But I just wanted to say something about that. And we always talk about, we you always hear that the white man is white man that, but we tear we tear each other down quicker, faster, and more harder than anyone else of any other ethnicity, with it ethnicity or whatever. And we always with the they come in and buy up the neighborhood and take everything from us. But you living in the neighborhood and you know that's a trap house. You don't call the cops. You throwing stuff out, you know, on the lawns and beer cans and beer bottles and not taking care of your neighborhood and not saying nothing and not doing nothing. But you're sorry about you living in that sorry behind neighborhood and won't mow your daggone lawn or trim your trees. But then someone of another race coming in and they hear that beat thumping music and whatever and they call the cops and the cops come and oh, well, you had to worry about that before, blah 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 blah. And then you know that you letting these teenagers and these other drug dealers run amok. I remember back in the days, I didn't approve of it, but there was like a respect among thieves. There was one area where they did that mess, and that's where they kept it up at the block. It was a drug area, and you was respected. If you came up and you said no, you only had to say no once or twice. Hey, you want some? Nope, I'm good. I'm good. And you walk right by them. They didn't bother you. And let little man go. You know what I mean? But we'll come in and we just tear up a neighborhood. And then the other folks come in and they want it cleaned up. And they know they can come in and get it for the cheap, get the whole neighborhood for the cheap. Cause we done tore it up and then we done let it stay tore up. You see what I'm saying? And we don't even fix our own neighborhoods. And then now you mad because someone done came in and bought it for the cheap and fixed it up. And then now I got the police presence because they can't wait to come in our neighborhoods and beat the piss out of us. I remember my neighborhood in Amityville. They call my neighborhood the new homes. Wasn't nothing new about that daggone place. They was built in '67. But our neighborhood, we took care of our neighborhood. Not saying I was a kid at the time. We took care of our neighborhood. We had the chief of police, I guess the Bronx. He lived up the street. We had a detective. I had a detective, Michael Lombard, next door neighbor. His father was a detective. Another detective around the corner. State trooper up the road into the back. People, when some came into the neighborhood, we ran them out of the neighborhood. You know what I mean? And even some of the owners, I met the whatever, forgot what dude's name is on the main hangout street. He didn't want to. If we walked on his grass, he'd come out and say something. No, look, stay off my grass. I work hard. Okay, yes sir. Leave him alone. He blah blah blah. But we took care of our neighborhood. We want to blame everybody else. But we took care of our neighborhood. We need to get back to taking care of our neighborhoods. I hate my association, but I understand where they're coming from. I come home every time I'm heading home today. Every time I come home, I got this. It seems like they picked my house. I don't know. I'm gonna catch one. I'm gonna catch them one day, and they're throwing the beer bottles and whatever. Be right on the lawn, cause I'm right off the main road. So it's one of those where you drive and you roll down your window and just chuck stuff. Like, yo, I mean, really? I'm not allowed to put up a sign like your mama don't live here. Throw your garbage in the trash or something. But see, we got to be more, understanding of our neighborhood. If you want to uplift and be there, be at these associations, and I'm gonna start being at mine, but be at these neighborhoods and these council meetings and all that. You start finding out what the heck's going on. We start voting people in, and it's time to start holding these people accountable. It's time to start holding these people accountable. And another thing, I didn't know, it took it till the digital age about, these what you call it, food deserts and stuff like that. I didn't realize what that was until I started driving a truck. And I also realized I could tell you if you in a high acidity neighborhood or a low rent, low what or you in the hood. I can tell. I can tell by the Walmart because the Walmarts, if you in a high rent area, they got more diet products, more you know uh, diabetic, more healthy foods and stuff like that. People take care of themselves. We don't take care of ourselves. We don't. We don't give a hoot. You hear these stories about big Uncle Joe got his foot cut off because his diabetes is not under control. No, look. I like to eat. I really do. I'm type two. I'm in and out of remission, but what? But if a doctor tell me you gonna get your foot freaking cut off if you don't start eating right, hey doc, that's all you had to say. I'm gonna do right. Look. I was walking in the aisle. Thank God they didn't have no peanut butter. That's my only. So thank God. But you see what I'm saying? There was some person on a live. It was a it was a couple of weeks back. I don't know who they was, but they were bragging about this, and they were African American, and they said this person said, "Oh no, this person blamed their job. I had to quit my job, girl. I had to leave my job, girl. They not gonna kill me." And told how high her blood pressure was. It was 240 over 120 or something like that. That is stroke. That is you are walking stroke. And this woman actually had the nerve to say, "Girl, that was my job. I had to quit that job." No, your fat black ass, overweight, salty fried chicken behind eating ice cream on the whatever, probably like probably 200 plus. You about to die. If someone had took my thing and told me I was 240 or whatever, I would have just started crying and would have went on an immediate fast. See, that's another thing. We talked about finances and everything in the black community, the black, in the Latino community. Talk about finances and about having something and about generational wealth. But we blame everybody else. But when that baby pop out, like Charles said yesterday, I don't know if he's in here. Morning. He took his grandkids on a walk. Our kids don't even get out anymore. Man, you remember how Mama used to open up the front door, tell everybody get out, don't come back till you see the lights come on the street light. And we spent the whole day outside running and ripping and running, playing Killer Man and all this other stuff. But we out here now. We give a kid one of them iPads and leave them, and that's it. Won't do nothing. But just like I said with the writing, sitting down teaching them how to write a checkbook, we need to sit down and teach these kids how to eat. We need to sit down and teach them what a vegetable is. Or hey, here's a salad, and not this stupid stuff where you see, and I've done it myself. 300 plus standing at the salad bar and have a plate of salad that weighs about 10 pounds and had about 9 gallons of ranch on it, and this meat and that meat, and you wouldn't know there was a vegetable or a piece of lettuce on there because you done smothered it under every daggone thing else. Raisins and all this other crap. We don't think about being healthy. But guess what? You go in one of these rich neighborhoods, you see every daggone wife out there just jogging and running and being in the workouts and doing all this other stuff and trying to be healthy and stay healthy and be at the doctor. I mean, even right now, oh my God, don't even tell me. I ain't tell you how much I had to pay. I still owe these doctors. But we don't want to start living healthy. That's why I like this. I see these folks that getting out. They growing. Folks are growing vegetables again. That's it's a dying art. It died out, and I'm so happy that it's coming back. People, y'all call yourselves everybody this new thing, homesteading. I'm a homesteader. I do it. Look, y'all ain't that ain't nothing but what grandma and grandpa used to do. They were so stinking broke that they had a patch of land in the back and went plowed that and grew some vegetables and ate some vegetables and had some chickens and whatnot. Went out there and rang that chicken's neck, and that chicken was full of all this stuff because a chicken nowadays. I'm so disgusted. A chicken nowadays only takes a couple of weeks because it's so full of growth hormones. You know why we so big? Because they shoving all this stuff in the church's chicken, look like meat and chicken. Oh, I gotta have my church's chicken. You know what? Get your bag of salad and look at this. If you look at the salad dressing serving size, it'll say 2 or 3 tablespoons. I'm not putting 2 or 3 tablespoons. I'm putting half that bottle on there. You wouldn't know what an actual salad tastes like because we got everything under the sun on the dang thing. You wouldn't know what an actual vegetable tastes like. We look, if you look at Food Network and they saute something up in the green, them green beans don't look done. They got to be a brownish color with fat back and you know all kind of pork and man, my wife she cooks some really good mean greens, but she always got to have freaking ham hocks and all this other stuff in there. And I got high blood pressure. I was saying, could you do turkey or whatever season with some vegetable broth? We don't want to change our ways, but we try. Well, doctor said my blood pressure's up. Doctor said this. I'm gonna eat this. I don't give a flying fuck what you think. And then you back at the doctor. Doctor, it's gotten worse. I wonder why I got worse. Because you don't want to listen to nobody. And then you don't want to listen to the doctor because half the time, if he's a doctor come in, American doctor, he big as a house. Well, you telling me to lose weight, look at you. Why should I listen to you? You know what I mean? But I swear every time, I got to look. But we don't want to get rid of these bad habits. We want to blame everybody else, everybody, the world, and whatever. Like we'll say, well, I'm in a food desert, so I got to eat this. Well, guess what? If you're in the food desert, get you some pots, and there's people on here that's growing this stuff in their house. Grow your head of lettuce. If they got certain heads of lettuce, you chop the top off, and as long as you leave it in the ground, it'll keep going. It'll grow again. Do you see what I'm saying? Get out there and walk, man. Because I'm thinking about now, man. I'm gonna get out there, cut my lawn, trim the trees. I got to do some yard work before I get in here and start packing. I'm gonna get me some exercise in. You know, we're gonna be doing some lives. A lot of them lives gonna be us walking that track in the morning, getting out there and exercising. Trying to do the right thing, but there's gonna be a lot of overeating and debauchery in the process. But I'm just saying, a lot LOL. But we have to start changing our mental habits. You know, you listen on and you hear it over the airwaves, and this goes all the way back to slavery. Yeah, you're right. But even then, somebody has to say in the back of their head, enough's enough. I need to change me. Reach one, teach one. You ever heard of that one? Reach one, teach one. And everything doesn't go great for everybody. I love the keto lifestyle, but I've just been lazy like a mother lately. And I'll be getting back into it, and I appreciate it. It's the only thing that works for me. I actually brought my cholesterol down, my blood pressure down, everything down. But then I'm like, well, I could do everything down now. I'm super down. And then I'm wondering why I'm aching again, and this is going on and that's going on because I thought I was cured. I'm not cured. I'm old. Metabolism slows down. I hate taking these pills. I hate doing this, and I gotta do better. I gotta get back in the looking at the product or whatever. Get away from all this processed food. This processed food, boy, that processed food ain't no joke. It'll kill you. It'll kill you. And it got me rethinking. It's got me rethinking, and that's what we say, oh, this is happening and this is happening, but I don't want to change my ways. Okay, there's always repercussions for your actions in anything, and at work, you know how you do, you know how we do at work. I ain't doing that. Okay, well you're fired. Oh, why are you firing me? 'Cause you did. That's part of your job. And you said you ain't doing it. That's part of your job. That's the thing we. That's how we do. I ain't listening to. I ain't listening to my significant other. But your boss tell you something to do, you do it in a heartbeat. But your husband or wife will tell you something. I ain't doing that in this. Whatever, and just walk away. Then you wonder why your relationship falling apart. My wife would tell me to do something. Oh no, she don't tell me, but she asks me. Or she'll just mention it. I love to be needed. My whole dang life, I was not. No one needed me. But when my wife need me for something, I don't care if it's the garbage. Honey, can you take the garbage out? You need me to grab the garbage? Yes, ma'am. Hot dog. Hot diggity. I'm grabbing that garbage. Oh, okay. And then I'm looking around and I go in the kitchen and I start straightening up and start washing dishes or doing this or doing that. Like I know I come home, so I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna take care of it, and I'm going. I had them dang on Fitbits. I love them things, but they're expensive as heck. I put them on, won't take it off, and I always break them. I gotta get me another one because I want to start counting my steps a day. I want to start. You can go on the app of Fitbit and put in what you ate. It'll tell you did good for the day. You put in what how much water you drink. It'll tell you did you drink enough water. It'll even measure your sleep patterns. It knows when you got up and twist and turn and the whole 9 yards. So if you wake up and you're groggy or whatever, it'll tell you what happened. How many times you woke up in the middle of the toss and turn. Isn't that crazy? And it'll do that. But these are the things that we need to start living right. A lot of times it's like I don't know, it's 3 prong, 2 prong. One a head's got to be on. It's got to be screwed on right. We need to start getting. I need to start getting some self help books. Finding out what still bothers me, old triggers and whatever. Get that stuff out. Get that bad juju out of my head. Positive stuff into my head. Start exercising more. You know, I'm gonna meet up with Charles probably Friday. We're gonna go on that. We're gonna videotape that jungle gym of a state park he like to go to. But you know what? I need to get my fat behind out there and do it, and walk up to the top of the mountain and go down the other way and all that stuff, and walk around and get that exercise. Be in pain afterwards, but you still got to get out there. It's the first step. You know, it's the first step to doing something for yourself. I forget a lot of times, my wife, I don't think I'm that like this, guys. So just so you know, my wife looks at me a certain way. She thinks I'm super stud muffin. I don't know why, but Charles said that's the way she sees me. She thinks everybody look at that old goofy ass old geezer with the pop belly. But a lot of times, I get out there because I like the way she look at me. She'll look at me like I'm a piece of meat. And I'm like, damn right, I'm your piece of meat, baby. And she ain't been looking at me like that lately. So I'm kind of thinking, well, hey, hold up. Maybe I done fell by the wayside. I got to start doing some push-ups. I got to start, doing some squats and sit-ups. I need my woman looking at me like she would look that like she used to look at me. I'm not gonna sit here and go, "Woe is me." No, 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 brother. I got to, I got to get back out here. I'm gonna do a push up to find the barbells. God, we got so much workout stuff. My wife, she's an addict. She'll buy stuff, use it for a minute, and then don't use it again. I'm gonna do a video. I can't do the music, but I'm gonna do a video. We got that. Have you ever seen that commercial, the mirror? Hey, we got that. Had the guy come in and professionally mount it. I ain't never seen it used since. I don't say nothing. 'Cause you know why I don't say nothing? Cause when I buy that lawnmower, I get away with that buy that, so I keep my mouth shut. Cause I know better. I ain't trying to. I ain't trying to start World War III and have to sell my stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But it's there. So even if I don't want to go out, I need to. I'm gonna have her download the app and I sit there and do a session. They got like dance routines and you do this or do that, and there's a person staring at you in the mirror. And they also have it. They also have uh, um a live session where there's a camera that sees there's a camera in the mirror, and that person sees you. They say, "Okay, come on, Dan, you can do it. You can do it." So I have options. I have options, and I don't know why I'm talking about the healthy lifestyle, but you know, um, it needs to be said because see, we make excuses, and yeah, you want to get off of the medication, like this that lady did. Oh, I quit my job because my blood pressure was two something over or whatever. You didn't say I ran to the doctor and had them give me some medication and ask what do I do to get me back to normal. Go to it, make an appointment for a dietitian, something. What do I do to get me back to normal? We so used to having a serving size is this big or that big or this or that or whatever. If you read what an actual serving size is, you faint. You know, it's like rice or whatever. Serving size is like maybe a cup, Not like one of the plastic cups that we a measuring cup size. And you're like, that's all I get? Yes. And then you wonder why some people actually look like it, and they don't have that gut and the man titties. I'm just saying. And then that's why I can always tell when I'm in, African and Spanish neighborhood in Walmart. You go in the seafood section, all you see is crab legs and salmon and what was that, pollock or whatever. I think it was one of them. One of those fish is one of the dirtiest fish they got out there, you know, and catfish. But you go somewhere else, you see, in a high acidity neighborhood, escargot. We ain't eat no escargot, and we doing this, and you see healthy versions of stuff you see in the neighborhood, smaller portions, and prepackaged, pre-portioned stuff. Is like, that's it. I need more than that. I'm gonna stop. But then you go get a tummy tuck. You spend $20,000, $30,000 to gut out your stomach. For them to rip out all that fat that you had and they pull it back. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. We talked about that, the people over there, the black folks that went to get medical stuff done in Mexico. First of all, you don't know, at least in the United States, that the surgeon's going to do the right thing because he ain't trying to get sued. He's going to do you right. You're going to be in debt for the rest of your life to get it done. But you're going to be taken care of. You got people going into other countries, coming back, and their kidneys, they're missing a kidney. You know what I mean? And those poor people, the black folks got killed, and there was no reason for it. And turns out the cartel issued an apology. These guys said, look, this was not sanctioned by us. We turned over the guys that did this, and we apologize for your people being killed. Unfreaking believable. Excuse me. Unbelievable. But me and Charles talking about that. I tell you this, it's just like the Italian mafia. They do a lot of shady underworld stuff, just for entertainment purposes only. But they have a lot of legitimate stuff that they have also, which is what they do. What they do with the legitimate business? They run, they run their shady money through their legitimate business and clean up their clean money. And they don't want to be looked at. They don't want to be bothered. They want to keep doing what they're doing. Same thing with that cartel down there in Mexico. Them cartels they probably own when you get off that cruise ship and you walking down there, you're walking down and seeing these businesses and stuff that's selling these diamond rings and for tax free and the Mexican tequila and all this stuff. And you're saying, yo, wow, somebody Mexican. No, that's the cartels, and they put their money in there. They want you to come off these ships, come off them planes, and come buy their stuff, so they have a legitimate business to make their money, and then whatever they doing underhanded, they running it through the legitimate business, cleaning their money out. They don't want to be looked at. Now you see the cartels on TV killing these poor black people, and what are they doing? Hey, whoa, whoa, we don't want to be looked at like that. We was keeping stuff on the low. We know y'all know we here, but y'all wasn't messing with us. Now you laid the boom on it. You know what's gonna happen, and they found the dummies that did this mess. They're gonna put them in the Mexican jail, and the people in the cartels in the jail, they're gonna finish the job. They gonna finish the freaking job. Like I remember I went to see my best friend Vincent up there in Penn. He works in Penn Station, and he was telling me. He said there's a store. There's stores over there in Penn Station. There was a clothing store. He said it was nobody goes in there. He said that place is owned by that's owned by the mafia. And he said, he said, but I bet you they profits are through the roof. I was like, uh-huh, uh-huh. See, people that are doing dirty, they don't want stuff to come to light, and they don't want the heat brought down on them. And that's what's happening over there in Mexico. When did you ever see the cartels issue an apology? That we didn't do that. That was the and they found the people to turn them over. Wow, wow. And what was I was on it was on the and this is what how the cruise people say, when hey, you got to be aware of your surroundings everywhere. You hear the normal banter or whatever. I understand that, but when you're with people that ain't not used to looking over their backs and whatever, and they want, oh, let's go this way. Hold up. Don't go that way. We're gonna go this way. Why? This is the normal path. Nobody's gonna mess with us here. We're not going down that dark ass alley over there. Hello. We're gonna stay with the flow of the people. Especially in other countries. You stay in the normal areas, stay with the flow of the people. Why you watch your surroundings. You can have a good time, you can be on vacation, but you gotta remember where the heck you at. You know what I mean? You gotta remember where the heck you at. That's the main thing about being doing these things. You know, I even thought about going down there to get, but not anymore. I'll just get whatever needs to be done around here because and then we get to this point where you got to learn how to love who you are. If y'all see my hair growing, I got the biggest receding hairlines and bald spot in the top. And I got to shave all this stuff off, and I'm not trying to get hair club for men and all that other stuff. I'm good. Again, when I get home, I'm gonna shave all. I'm gonna shave, trim up, and get ready for this cruise, and do my little normal stuff that I want to get attention from my wife. I'm gonna shave up and scrub down real good, and so when the wife come home, I'm gonna have one of her favorite colognes on. She comes and gets her. I always get the same. We always have the same greet. We all when we see each other, and she gonna stay there for a minute. And I'm gonna be kikiing, getting my attention. It's the little things, guys. It's the little things that we need to start doing. We need to start being more brain healthy. We need to start being more heart healthy. Not just, heart meaning our feelings. If you can't say it to your loved one, find a friend that you can say it to get that frustration out, talk it over, and then a regular heart that's pumping, get the good cholesterol it back in you, and get the bad stuff out. Stop eating everything that's greasy and whatever. You know, it's so funny. I was reading you learn stuff from the internet. Crisco oil, you know that stuff, the solid Crisco oil. Someone said, I don't know if that's true or not. They said that started out as um, grease for airplane products back in the 40s or the 30s. No, don't quote me on that. But I was like, ew. I was like, that's freaking disgusting. And they said that Crisco paid to say that, butter and these other oils are bad for us. And this Crisco product is good for us. You need to learn when you're cooking with this stuff. Olive oil, avocado oil. Yeah, and when you look at the avocado oil, look at the ingredients in the bag. I bought a big thing of avocado oil thinking I had the good stuff, and turns out it was like 10% avocado oil and the rest of it was soybean oil. Um, I forget. There's a few others I can't get off the top of my head. But we need to start reading and seeing what's good, what's going to help. What's good for me might not be good for you, but read, get it into your psyche of what's going to be good for me today, what's going to be good for me tomorrow. You know, I was I got to start slowing down again because I'm finding out that all of these sugar-free stuff isn't good for me. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to just drinking water and leaving it alone. Because I'm thinking I'm doing a good job. I'm drinking this sugar-free this and this sugar-free that and this sugar-free this and that. And then I'm spiking my sugar levels because this is doing the same thing, but it's supposed to be sugar-free. Once again, I got lied to. I need to reevaluate and say, okay, you know what? If I'm going to have more time to enjoy my life, because my life's finally going halfway decent. If I'm gonna have more time to enjoy my life, enjoy my situation, to go on more cruises, to go to different countries, to hang out with friends and do this, I got to start living and eating better. I got to start my mind, body, and soul. Get everything back in tune with each other. Back in tune with each other. Once everything's in tune, one, I won't be in my feelings as much. That's yeah. At least I hope so. I hope not, but we'll see. But back in tune, when you get back in tune with all that stuff, you be wondering why you're happy and you're breathing and you ain't huffing and puffing and I need this, I need that, I need this and that. No, you don't need all that mess. And then a lot of y'all be saying that working out in the yard. Yeah, working out in the garden is the same like what you feel when you working out in the garden is what I feel when I'm working out in the yard. I ain't been in my yard in dang on a month and a half. I'm getting excited. I gotta slow the heck down. I'm getting excited. I got a day or two to get my yard back in tune. I'm gonna order that daggone remote from a hose for the front. I'm gonna drop some more seed today. I bought some more grass. I bought some more grass seed. I'm dropping more seed. I'm gonna get some some stuff from the what you call it, Tractor Supply. Throw it down on the lawn and let that mess get up in there. I'm going. I'm probably gonna do a I've been putting it off. I'm a dig a hole in the front and in the back and do a soil test and take it over to the annex and have them. You pay like $8 and they're gonna give me they'll send me a printout They send it out to the University of Georgia. It's only costs $8. I'm gonna drop some fertilizer down after that. So I got this liquid fertilizer. It's not really strong stuff. I'm gonna drop that down, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm going to be attuned with nature, and that helps my brain. Walking with that mower is gonna get my walking in. You know what I mean, and get my heart pumping. And I'm going to feel better, make some videos and laugh and whatever. Then go in the house, wash my clothes, and start packing for my cruise. This cruise is going to be it's going to be like I don't know. I'm just an emotional person anyway. I might tear up because I've been waiting 3 years to get on this boat. We were supposed to be there. We were supposed to be there the first time. We were supposed to be one of the first people on this boat. I know now. Once we did the inauguration, I really ain't in the rush to be the first on the boat no more because they ain't got their act together. So I can wait. You know what I mean? I can wait. But I'm gonna drag Child with me. We're gonna do some food reviews. We're gonna do some food reviews on the boat. How was that? What you think? What you think of that? And and just be honest. And we're gonna have fun doing it. And we're just gonna get out there and just act the fool. I know I am. At least try to act the fool and not be in trouble with the missus. But I said this. I said all I had to say this. We got to stop blaming other people and other things for our choices in life. You know, or our habits or our behaviors and everything else. Yeah, other people can have a hand in it, but if you work hard, that those people that have a hand in it, if you work hard, you can pull their hand out of it, and you make something for yourself, and make something for your family. You know what I mean? And make something that's going to be right in 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 your situation. I don't know what your situation is. I didn't know if anybody need to hear this. You know, to get right, just get right, because you don't know. Life's short. Why not do what you do in a healthy situation? The older you get, you can't sling back like you used to. You can't spring back like you used to. You're getting old. We're all getting old. We're all getting short tempered. That's why, again, from all the stuff going on, I'm keeping my comments to myself and putting my smiley face on it. For everything that went down and stuff, and all the things that have been said. Even what the educated naturalist said. You know what? What are you doing? If you're coming on ahead and you're trying to start yourself a brand, if you're trying to start yourself a brand and all you're doing is cussing, ain't no corporation, no company gonna want to be bothered with you. I'm probably thinking, ain't nobody ever gonna be bothering me. I could, all I got is 500 subscribers. Maybe one day I might be sitting back and thinking, I'm like wondering, why would no company want to be bothered with me? I got over 50,000 subscribers. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? There's a YouTuber, I'll be nameless, and I wonder. I look. I said, I was wondering, I said, why that, why, I don't, I unsubscribed from a while back, but I noticed, I said, why? I said, every other ones that I see in that genre, everyone I see in that genre is in the hundreds of thousands. But this YouTuber is stuck around 50. And I had followed that YouTuber for a couple of years. Then I realized this fool is a Death Santis supporter. And I said Death Santis, not DeSantis, Death Santis. You got to watch out what you broadcasting on this daggone thing. If because one day you might like the lady said, one day you might regret it. That's why again I apologize yesterday. I didn't, you don't know what you're saying that you gotta think. I'm trying to think and process before I the words that are coming out of my mouth. You gotta think what you're saying. A lot of us is starting out. This is a hobby. This is something fun. This is whatever. It might actually become a job one day. You know, one of y'all might be the future Mr. Beast or whatever they call that guy that's got millions of subscribers. They said they seen him on. He was on one of the um, one of the cruise ships. They found him on one of the cruise ships. He was out there. He's on one of the cruise ships. And this guy's got millions of subscribers. It's possible. Anything's possible. You just got to find your niche, your genre. And, just like I said, just try to be, ain't nobody can change overnight, but just try something new today. When you go to the store, maybe get a pack of celery. But pack of celery in, I wouldn't say cottage cheese. I don't know. I don't do peanut butter because I'm addicted to peanut butter. But get a pack of celery. Eat your celery stick or something. You can say, "Well, I did something healthy today." you know, leave the salt alone. You know what I mean. Get a jar of Mrs. Dash. That's a new concept. You think, Mrs. Dash? I'm just driving like I'm like on autopilot, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I had to sit there. Like, where the heck am I? the the thing says I'm supposed to be there like three o'clock this afternoon. It's dawned on me. I got a load of nothing but furniture. Ain't no way they're doing a live load. It's no freaking way. So I'm going there early and act stupid like, yo, I thought this was a dropping hook. If it becomes a dropping hook, I'm out. Dude says, but who knows? Who knows? I'm getting excited because I'm on my way home. I just gotta watch it. Keep calm, Darren. Woosah, woosah. Woosah. I gotta go 52 miles to get rid of this daggone thing. I turn around going home. Woosah. But who knows? The thing is, we have to, you or I or us, start choosing a better destiny for ourselves. Like we say, generational wealth. Yeah, it's good to have generational wealth, but if you ain't eating right, yeah, it's gonna be your wealth is gonna be the next generations really quick. Generational wealth. If we ain't living right, it's still gonna be somebody real quick if we ain't doing the right thing. You know what I mean? We gotta start thinking about some of this stuff, and just think about it. All right, guys. Well, I started a little early and I'm ending a little late, but I just want to say that look, pray for me. I'll pray for you. You guys have a blessed day, especially the ones that are waking up and starting your day. The ones that going to sleep. Good night. Do you, boo boo? And what I used to always say this: peace and chicken grease. But you guys have a good day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. And if anything else, if nobody loves you, know that God loves you, and I love you too. Deuces.